Twitch TV abrownbag here at the AWC with NA's very own The Rest AOV professional player to break down some of the highlights of the game between Korea and Thailand on day one. Rest, why don't you talk us through some of the points we're going to be covering today?
So the first point I'd like to go over is a team fight that broke out here. So Kilgroth and Scud were split pushing on this side of the map, and they had a nice little 4 versus 4 skirmish. And Korea was able to get picks off on the Lindis and the Pura, leaving them 4 versus 2 on this side advantage on the map. So they immediately went over to the Darkslayer and were able to get the buff so they could start sieging on those inner towers.
That sort of set the tone, I felt, for that match, sort of allowed them to snowball, and Korea was, had a lot of dominant pressure. Where did Thailand start to bring that back?
So yeah, Korea at that point was definitely going to be dominating the game, and Thailand had amazing defense, able to clear the waves constantly as Korea was trying to siege. They were, however, able to break down that tower and get a pick on the flash, and then they immediately decided that they were going to try to end the game 5 versus 4 and just go for the high down tower. And Thailand had an amazing team fight there, and were able to get almost all of them besides Tulin, and immediately rotated back over to here and were able to get those 2 towers.
Thailand makes an amazing play at the end of the game by baiting a team fight into Darkslayer. When they have Kilgroth and Scud bottom fighting it out, ultimately Kilgroth is able to get that push into red base. Why does the Scud leave? What allows Kilgroth to get that push into red?
So since that Darkslayer was up, both teams were not wanting to let each other get it, so they had 4 people each over on that side of the map, and a team fight broke out. And the Scud, thinking that the Kilgroth was obviously going to rotate back over and help with that team fight, decided he was going to rotate over himself. However, that Kilgroth maintained that split push and was able to get the minion wave in there and in the game before they killed the minions. And
what an amazing split push that was, ultimately winning the game for Thailand. Now, Rest, I want to know, as a current pro player for NA, what are a few tips and tricks that you use personally in those high-pressure situations, to make the decisions that could potentially win or lose the game?
So usually around 3 things come to mind. The first is shot calling. You have a shot call on every single team and what he's going to tell you to do and what you decide to do personally. Another one is map awareness, and just constantly looking down and being aware of where the enemies are on the minimap, as well as your teammates and objectives coming up in the jungle. And the third one is just your hero knowledge, knowing how much damage you're going to be able to do at that point of the game, as well as how much damage you're able to take in.
I hope those tips will help you at home be better Arena of Valor players.